Hi, everybody. My name is Scott McKenzie. First, let me thank everybody in the room so far for the ride I have had in the last hour. From the dance performance through everybody's speeches, I've been on quite a ride myself. And I'm going to do my best to carry on that pep talk here. I want a link to that song later. I want to keep that. I think about my brother every day. My brother is still with us, but my brother suffers from a condition called chronic fatigue syndrome from an injury he sustained many years ago. Every day he wakes up with pain and exhaustion. And I can't imagine what that's like for him. So when he and I have had conversations that basically come down to, if he did not have children and family that depended on him, he probably would have checked out by now. I do my best to understand that and accept that, honestly, if there's anybody I would not judge for it, it would be him. But he persists every day for the people that depend on him. And the unexpected result of that is that his living for others provides him the joy of his life. What he gets to do for his kids, for his family members, makes those days of suffering worthwhile to him. I have had my own struggles with mental health issues. I am a survivor of a suicide attempt. Thankfully, it has been many years in my past, and I don't really feel much of a connection to the emotions that I had then. That said, there are still times where I have minutes, hours, days, where I'm lost, where all I feel is pain and despair. And the strange thing is, I know I can't do anything to fix that. I can't take care of myself and fix that. But what I can do is the same thing that my brother does. I can take care of others. I have for years lived by a very, very simple motto. Be a candle. That's it. That's all any of us has to do in this life, is to be a candle. And I'm going to ask you all to participate in a little experiment with me here for a second. I want you to take a look around the room and see all the people that are sitting in here with you. And then I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to picture that same room with all those same people in the middle of the night, with no light coming in through these windows, no string lights above us, just darkness. And then I want you to picture in your own hands a single candle with a single flame on the top of it. Now that single flame can offer light to this room. Might not be the brightest light in the world, but it's going to be really bright right there for you, and it's still going to reach the corners of this room. Now I want you to imagine the person next to you holding an unlit candle. And I want you to imagine reaching your candle over and lighting their candle. It is the easiest thing in the world. It doesn't do anything to take away from your candle, and it is so very, very easy to light one for them. And now there's twice as much light in the room. And now each of you does that for 2 other people, and then 4 other people. And suddenly within minutes, this room is full of lit candles, and every crack of this room is bathed in light. We can all pay that forward to each other. Now here's the tricky part. Imagine your candle goes out, and then look around the room. My first reaction when I think of that is, that light is still there even without mine. But my next reaction is that there are so many people in this room that can reach their candle right back over to mine and light it again. It is that easy for them to lift us up. Now imagine that your candle went out in a room that didn't have any other candles in it. You'd be pretty desperate in that situation. But when you surround yourself with a world of other candles and you do your best to keep everyone else's candle lit, they're always going to be there for you too. I, in just the past few years alone, have lost over a dozen people to suicide. If we go back years prior to that, I can remember the first one back when I was 17, and in the many years since, I have known far too many people that have been lost to despair. But their light is still here. Everyone that they knew has the effects of their light in their world and pays it forward regularly. I have friends who write music or create art, new friends that create art, to keep alive people that they've lost. I have a friend who right now, while we're at this event, is actually doing a charity live stream on her Twitch page in memory of her father who passed from suicide. She is doing her best in his memory to pay forward and do her best to lift up more people in the world. We all get to do that with the people that we've lost, but we don't have to wait for them to be lost to do it. We can all continue to pay that light forward into the world. So while I'm not able to take care of myself a lot of the time, taking care of others allows me to make sure that if someday my light goes out, it's still reaching farther than I could possibly imagine, because my light connected another, which connected another, which connected another. And all of us can just do more and more to bring light into the world. And the better a place we make the world, the better equipped that world is to take care of us. I frequently run things like charity events or random acts of kindness for strangers. Any little thing you can think of that you can do for others. And on one hand, it is an altruistic thing. I love doing things for other people. But at the same time, it is an act of self-preservation. It is a defense mechanism. I take care of other people because I also need them to take care of me. And they're not two distinct thoughts. They're not mutually exclusive. Because the truth of the matter is, we're all the same. We can't exist alone, and a community can't exist without us. So the more we do to help each other, the more we do to help ourselves. And honestly, you're all doing it already. You're all here right now. The people who put the event on, the people who created the foundation that we're standing here for, the people who volunteered, we're all already doing it, and we're all doing what we can to help make the world a better place for each other and ourselves. So thank you for the ride, and I hope the pep talk keeps you pushing it. Thank you.